How's it going, everyone? Adam with Bishop Sheen Rosaries here today, and we are delivering a video on the virtue of hope and the Ascension today, the second glorious mystery, the Ascension of Jesus into heaven. And everybody needs a little bit of hope, especially in today's world. So let's start this video with a little bit of a thank you for 365 subscribers. Happy New Year to everyone. Thanks for starting the year off right here. 2022, this is the first video we're putting out this year, and we just took a little bit of a break for the Christmas season, spent time with family and friends. So we're back, and we're going to deliver lots of great content for you this year. So stick around. Please, if you haven't liked these videos, subscribe to our channel and share our videos with family and friends of your own so we can get the message of the Rosary out to more people. So we're talking about the Ascension today, and there are so many cool things that I want to touch on, but I really can't fit them all into a very short video, so we're going to kind of go quickly here. First things first, I want to throw up a few gospel passages on screen here to give evidence that the Ascension is in the Bible. Jesus rose from his earthly body to his heavenly fulfillment and was raised body and soul into heaven and seated at the right hand of the Father, as we see in Mark's gospel. We're going to talk a little bit about the significance of this maybe seemingly short and insignificant line. Really, everything I'm taking from Catechism of the Catholic Church 659 to 664, it's all gold. You should just read it straight through if you have the time. I am putting Catechism page 664 on screen right now. This talks about Jesus' inauguration into his kingly role. We've heard of his offices as priest, prophet, and king, and the Ascension is really his fulfillment of the kingly role. When someone is seated at the right hand of the ruler, this ruler being the Father, Jesus has taken the right seat of the throne. He is at the right hand of the Father. To him was given dominion and glory and kingdoms and all nations and much, much more. Jesus is reigning in heaven. He was lifted up to reign. Being seated at the right hand is a place of being exalted. The Heavenly Father was proud of Jesus' work on earth, and he exalted him, bestowing on him the name above every name, as we hear in Paul's letters. He is now in his full glory, reigning in heaven. Passage 663 says, his body and soul were glorified, his incarnate body glorified in this place in heaven. And what's even cooler than that is that in John's gospel, when Jesus talks about the Ascension, he even includes that when I am lifted up, I will gather all men to me. That means, yes, you and I, we are called to also a place in heaven. We are called to a seat of inheritance, a room, if some people say, a place in God's house. We have a place to aim for, to shoot for, and to inherit, a place that has been set aside for us to be co-heirs to the kingdom. Man, how does that not just get you so excited? I remember when I first heard a podcast, and I'll link it down in the description below, in college, when I just first heard of this concept of being a co-heir, being someone to reign with Jesus Christ in heaven. I got so excited about my faith, and I got rejuvenated and the fire lit within me. We're going to talk more about that in the next video, which is obviously about Pentecost and having zeal for the Spirit. But I just remember learning about this lit a fire within me. And as we can see in the Gospel of Luke, that the disciples went back from Bethany rejoicing and proclaiming Jesus' name in the temple, and they never stopped. They were always changed from this point on. The Ascension is a pivotal moment in the early history of our church, where the apostles became really evangelical in spirit, and they before Pentecost even, they started going to the temple and proclaiming. And this is really what the Ascension, what this hope for heaven and for our place in heaven is all about. Living a transformed life, that we now have this thing to live for. Our lives should never look the same. And this is what I'm calling you to, brothers and sisters, that once you know this news, this good news, that you have a place in heaven, that your life would never be the same, that you would always live your life in this way. And I know that I probably won't be a doctor of the church because of my wisdom or my teachings, my writings. I know that I probably won't be a martyr who was taken to his death because of his proclaiming the faith. But I do know that I have the ability to be a saint of great hope. I knew where my place was, and not out of any pride or this is the place that I deserve, but the place that has been chosen for me, set aside for me by my loving and all good Father. And this is what I have hope for, and this is my prayer, that when you pray the rosary, you meditate on this place, this seat, this throne in heaven that is set aside for you. So, brothers and sisters, thanks for sticking to the end of the video with me. I hope that if this is new to you, or this is a concept that might be something that you or a friend or a family member needs to hear, you'd share this good news with them. Feel free to comment down below with any questions. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel as always. From us to you, through Mary.